Elvy is an American alternative rock band comprising of Matt Berninger of The National and Brent Knopf, if that's how you spell his name, or even pronounce it, of Mena No Mina. And today we're talking about their debut album, Return to the Moon. Oh, Return to the Moon. Baby. Oh, bigger, but can't you see it? Sometimes the blood just hypnotize me. Yo, Return to the Moon. Nailed it. LV. How are we saying it?
ELVY.
Is that how you're saying it? Well, I'll say Elvi.
I'm going to
say LV.
I'm going to say ELVY just to be different, but I'm going to avoid saying it.
Starting with their title track, Return to the Moon. Personally, I didn't dig
it.
The opening title track. I thought the aesthetic was pleasant. It was the instrumentation and the mix was all like wonderful. I think his vocals sound great, but lyrically, the lyrics meant nothing at all. Like, listen, that doesn't make any sense. I enjoyed the fact it wasn't your usual like pop bullshit lyrics, but it's just weird bullshit lyrics. It's still bullshit, whatever it is. How do you feel about that?
Well, it gave me an idea as to what is gonna come with the rest of the album, and it really made you focus on the vocals in the song, but the vocals were nothing great. I mean, I can't remember how you pronounce his surname. I think it's Beringer?
Yep, no, it's Berninger.
Berninger or Berninger?
No, Berninger.
That. He's a great vocalist, but
He is a great voice. He has a great voice.
Throughout
sounds
this
great.
whole album, I didn't think that it suited the music that much.
I did. I thought everything was great. You know how I would how I would like describe this album? It's like a film, yeah? With fantastic cinematography. It looks beautiful. They have a great cast. But they didn't get the plot right. And the story's not there. So it looks great. Great people doing it. But there's no substance. That's just how I describe the album. It feels kind of hollow.
Have you listened to The National?
A little bit.
Gareth?
I don't know what that is.
That's Matt Berninger. He's the frontman for The National. No? You a big fan?
Never heard of them.
Yeah, they're really, really good. Really, really good.
All right.
Possibly, I'd say probably one of the top 10 bands of the last 10 years. They are really, really good.
That's mighty praise.
They have a lot of really good albums, and his voice on those albums suits it perfectly. But on this one, it's a collaboration between him and that other guy that you said.
Yeah, Brent Knopf. Or is it just Knopf?
Or just Knopf, I don't know.
Or Knopf. However you want to go for it.
You could just throw whatever you want in there.
I'm going to say, I'm the man to be...
I just don't think it worked. I felt as though there were some songs on here where it suited the song. I felt as though Sleeping in the Light, it works. And I felt as though in other songs it really didn't work at all, to be honest.
I feel like maybe you're too used to him from The National and you like hear his voice and you
No,
think that sound
I just
behind
don't feel as though his vocal
perfectly.
delivery in a very gentle and kind of, what's the word, baritone, is it?
Yeah.
Sense. Because there's a lot of variety.
I think you're wrong. His voice is great.
Yeah,
he just hasn't got the vocal
His voice
content.
is great.
And it fits the music perfectly. You're wrong.
I actually had that as a point where I thought it fit really good. His voice was perfect for this.
How do you feel about that?
No, really
is James wrong? Leave a comment.
Hashtag James right or hashtag James wrong.
Yeah. I'm the Man to Be, I think was possibly one of my favourite songs in the album. Because it was so fucking weird.
Yes. I agree. It had a lot of variety throughout the entire song. The guitar effects were really good throughout the whole song. The drums sounded fantastic, and they had like a big drum sound kind of come in intermittently. It was really interesting and enjoyable to listen to.
The lyrical content for again, it's kind of just not. It's not making a lot of sense line to line, but you kind of get a sense of what's going on if you put it all together. I imagine it's him off his tits in a hotel somewhere, and he's horny as fuck, and he's just being a dick to everybody. That's how I imagine that song. That's the story of that song. I like to put stories to these songs, and that's the story of that one. But great song.
I think it has an awesome kind of wonky rhythm as well. Like it's not quite on.
That's why he's drunk.
The bass is really like deep and dark.
There's
something sinister in there. I really like it.
Okay.
It's so funky.
Paul Is Alive, which I thought was a rather sweet, quirky song. And sort of Matt's reminiscing about moments of his life and influences of his...
I thought it was a reference to the Paul is Dead conspiracy, right?
Probably.
It definitely is. Paul is Alive is a reference to the Paul is Dead conspiracy.
I don't pay attention to conspiracies.
The conspiracy is that Paul McCartney died in 1960, whatever, 5, and was replaced by a guy called Billy Shears, and that's what the reference was in Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and there's loads of references and all the artwork and all this shit, and it's just wrong.
It is wrong.
It's just wrong.
Don't listen to it.
Stupid. Also, the Beatles probably released all their good content after he died, so who cares, to be honest?
Yeah.
Who cares if they replaced
him? If he
him?
did die then, the other guy was fucking awesome.
It was good. So, yeah. No Time to Crank the Sun, I thought was a really, really good song. I thought that was the song which showed that the collaboration was working as they wanted it to work.
I wrote something different to that. That was one of the songs I didn't like so much.
That was one of the songs I didn't like so much either.
Do you want to know what I wrote?
Oh my god.
This whole song sounded like a boring U2 verse.
I thought the part where this album was at its weakest was where it's just doing sort of simple, soft, nice songs. I thought it was when it was being more interesting and having more energy and having the sort of big crescendoing and stuff. I thought that was where it was really being interesting.
I'd go along with that.
The sort of I'm the Man to Be style. Need a Friend as well has and they have all these awesome sounds they use. They have a bit of synth here, a bit of this there, a bit of that.
To me, this whole album is just lacking in strong hooks or melodies. There's nothing particularly punchy or catchy about anything going on.
It definitely doesn't have
but it does have
single power.
It does have a pop vibe as
Yeah,
well.
it
It's
all
like
sounds
pop
great.
rock, which is weird because if you're going to have that vibe, you would have thought that it would have the hooks and it would have these melodies that would really be memorable.
I think I really like that sort of mix of like the sort of poppy, catchy vibe without the big hooks, but with like a sort of more interesting like progression to a lot of the songs. I really liked it, and when you can get a vibe of it and you're just like, this is nice, and it's just building and you're just like, it's getting nicer and nicer, and so some of these songs I really liked.
I really liked Happiness, Missouri.
Yes. And it flowed really well from the previous songs.
Bless you, Gareth. That's the first sneeze on the Sonic Sneeze. Yeah, welcome to the Sonic Sneeze, I guess.
Happiness, Missouri was almost hypnotic in its repetitiveness. It was really cool.
It reminded me a lot of...
Short track. 2 minutes.
None of these tracks overstayed their welcome. Oh, actually, none of the ones I liked.
Wow.
It reminded me a lot of Tom Waits, that song. Like something off of Rain Dogs. It's a great little song.
I felt as though it was very similar to Sad Case, the song that came before it.
Yep.
However, in Sad Case, I felt as though the vocals weren't working. And I felt as though in Happiness, Missouri, even though it was almost the same, the vocals that he was providing on that song fit that type of music way better.
I really liked the atmosphere on Sad Case. I thought it was super cool sounding.
I thought it was really dramatic.
Yeah.
And the chorus was like super subtle. It was like, because it was a very rock heavy track, and the guitar was like being really distorted, but only coming in for a bit just to tease you, and you'd be like, okay, it's coming into like a really big chorus. But the chorus just kind of it was stronger, but it wasn't overwhelming in any way. It really just came across as a really well crafted chorus, and it had the right vibe, great arrangement behind it. But I didn't think the voice suited it.
Yeah.
But it was still one of my favourites on the album.
It was one of my favourites as well. It was really good.
So, speaking of that, have you got some favourites on this album? What are your favourite tracks?
No, I don't have any favourites.
No favourites? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'm the Man to Be.
Okay.
Track 2. No Time to Crank the Sun.
Yep.
Track 6.
Yep.
I was going to include It's a Game and Sleep in Light, but
Yeah.
then I would have just been saying like half the album as to what my favourite tracks were, so I cut them, but they're great as well. And then Happiness Missouri was wicked. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Garthus.
My favourites were, and they're meant to be, Need a Friend and Sad Case. I also thought Sleeping Light was pretty awesome. That was another one I liked a lot.
Yeah, I'm the man to be. I'm also going to go for Need a Friend. And I'm going to go Sad Case. Yeah. Sorry, I felt like I went really...
You did, you surprised me.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's a good job I got on target then.
I
Shit.
really wanted to give this album an 8. Because when I first listened to this, I was like, I'm really getting into this. This is awesome. I
That
really
would
like
be-
it. But there wasn't enough in there when you went into it fully. There didn't have that. We were talking about on Bruce Mover. It didn't have that special thing there. I was like, yeah, this could be an 8.
Yeah, it lacked that special something.
So I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay.
Because I really like the sound.
James.
I was expecting to give it a 7 or an 8, depending on how well I thought that the collaboration worked.
Yeah.
And based on what I've said, I'm going to give it a 7.
7.
Strong 7, but
Yeah,
7.
strong 7.
I'm giving it a 7.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 6. I thought it's worth a listen. I'd be interested to see what these guys come up with next. I hope they come up with something a bit more.
You could totally just listen to like the Nationals' other albums.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
So, what did you guys think of this album? Have you listened to it? Have you not listened to it? Are you a big fan of The National? If you are, give this a listen and tell us what you think, you know? Tell us what you think. And don't forget to thumbs up this video and maybe press that cheeky little subscribe button if you feel like you want to watch some more of our stuff. Alright guys, catch you later. Sonic Squeeze.
You never listened to the National.
Never heard of him.
What?
Never
You never
heard
heard of him?
no.
I've never heard of them.